So I have this series of posts that I write whenever the critics like dog on something and I liked it. I'm not saying that I'm right and they're wrong. I'm saying that they're crazy. The critics must be crazy. That's that. I get that little headline that I use from an old movie called The Gods Must Be Crazy. It's a comedy that's I haven't watched in years and it's probably kind of racist, but it's a good title. I like it as a headline. I've done this for like The Witcher. When The Witcher came out, like a bunch, critics all dogged it. When the Orville came out, critics all dogged it, and I actually got a Seth MacFarlane interview because I liked the Orville and I wrote a Critics Must Be Crazy piece, and I guess his PR people liked that, so I got to talk to Seth MacFarlane. That was pretty surreal. The Eternals, or Eternals, I guess, is the latest MCU film, at least Marvel Cinematic Universe film. And it's pretty good, I think. I liked it. I didn't love it. It is just another Marvel movie. It's a little too long. It's got some weird plot holes. But it's got a great cast, and it expands the universe in new and interesting ways. We get to, hear about the Celestials, and I think it's going to lead to some interesting, space stuff. And we also get a couple new characters introduced, especially... some new ones for future films that we see in the post-credit scenes, of which there are two, and then also, just this cast of Eternals, which are these immortal superheroes that have been sent to fight these things called the Deviants, and there's a whole twist to all of that. There's a couple other twists. There's lots of cool twists in the story, and it's entertaining. It's very funny. There's some stuff is really actually just downright hilarious, but for the most part, it's more of a brooding, sort of slower Marvel movie with some big action set pieces and whatnot. But it's not funny like Thor Ragnarok or Guardians of the Galaxy, which are just basically comedies. But it's got humor, it's got comic relief, it's got a sex scene. It's a little more grown up than some Marvel movies are. It's a very diverse cast, so I know that critics they are often talking about how we need more diversity and more representation, and this movie has it in spades. A lot of the main characters are people of color. The director is a woman and a person of color, Asian woman. There's a gay romance between a black man and an Arabic man, or Persian, I don't know, Middle Eastern. So it's very diverse. It checks all those boxes, and it does it very naturally and organically. It doesn't feel forced. It's, I don't know. I don't see what the big problem is, but it seems like a lot of critics were expecting something from the director, Chloe Zhao, she directed Nomadland, and Nomadland won the Best Picture last year, and it's like this very thoughtful, very character-driven story about a woman who lives sort of a nomadic lifestyle in this sort of van culture, which I liked. I liked that movie. I didn't love it. That one was also a little slow, and I don't know. I thought it was good, but I wouldn't watch it again. But I think a lot of people had weird expectations, because she directed this great Academy Award-winning movie, she was going to make a similar thing for Eternals, but so they're like, but it's just another Marvel movie. Oh, this Marvel movie is too much Marvel. It's like, this was not like a superhero movie that was outside of the MCU. Like with DC, they have the Joker movie, and that movie is not really part of the DC cinematic universe. It's like on the side, so it could be darker and more adult and R-rated and all those things. Whereas this is just a piece of the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe. So complaining that it's just another Marvel movie feels like if you went to a burger place and you ordered a cheeseburger and you got it and you were like, I don't like this cheeseburger because it's not a steak. That's not a fair way to criticize a cheeseburger. You can't write a food review of the cheeseburger and say, it was just another cheeseburger. It's not a steak. I wanted a steak. No, you can't criticize things for what they aren't, for what you want them to be. You have to critique them for what they are. And as a Marvel movie, I think it went in some interesting new directions, but it wasn't perfect. So I think overall I had a positive time. I enjoyed going to the movie. It's not one that I would probably watch again either, because it's just it's too long, and it's not it's fun, but it's not like I don't know. I really liked Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok. All those I'd watch again. This one, It's a B. It's not a failing. It's not a failure of a movie. It's not a masterpiece. It's a B. Right? That's what the cinema score for it is too. That's what audiences said when they were exiting the theater. They give it a B, and an 81% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a B. I give it a B. I'm right there with you. So let me know what you think or what you thought of the movie if you've seen it, whether you hate it, whether you love it, whether you just thought it was fine. Because I think it was fine. It was fine. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.